Hi, my name is Antoine Van Ooyen. I'm a professor at the University of Wollongong, and I'm also director of a new research institute here in Wollongong, Molecular Horizons. And we just started occupying this beautiful building you see behind me, where we work very hard on the cures of diseases and hopefully help our community.
And I'm Madeline Tynan, the director of the Michael Tynan Challenge. And we're going to be working with you on the walk to work and hopefully raising you lots of money to help you do the research. How are you after COVID and all the shutdown and all that sort of thing? Did your department keep going?
Unfortunately, medical research is not something that we can do at home. But after a few months of staying at home, I'm happy to tell you that our lab teams, our researchers are fully back at work in the lab and making fantastic progress again in their medical research.
Can you just take me through the progress that you've made? I know last year when we were raising money for you, we were looking into mental health, especially in young people. Can you run me through what new programs that you're actually working on down at the university? I know that program's still going, but some ones that are also running beside that.
Yeah, absolutely. We work on a couple of different things. And one of the things we're trying to do since a few years is put researchers together in teams where we have different disciplines. And with that, I mean that we have people who are experts in chemistry, making molecules, team up together with people who are experts in the biology and the clinical and medical parts of disease. And we do this so that we can understand how disease works, and then also have the chemists involved to make new medicines, really, that then hopefully can be trialed and become drugs to treat some horrible diseases. As you pointed out, we're working on areas in mental health and how processes in the brain relate to mental health and degradation of mental health. We've also been doing a lot of fantastic work in diseases that are related to processes inside our cells and that cause motor neuron disease, that cause Alzheimer's, and that cause Parkinson's. It turns out that those diseases are related in certain ways at the molecular level, and we're working really hard to make significant progress there. And that's something that I wanted to highlight here today.
So which way are you trying to tackle that? On what sort of level are you going in to look at Alzheimer's?
So what we've been doing here in Wollongong is that we've made a big investment in not only building a beautiful building, but having in that building microscopes that are truly state-of-the-art worldwide, that allow our researchers to literally look at cells and molecules and visualize how cells become affected and may lead to disease, including Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and motor neuron disease. And those microscopes are really a significant step in how we're able to tackle those diseases.
And as you know, Anton, we join with ANSTO and also with the SSMRF, Professor Imad. I know you're doing some work across that. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, I think it's fabulous that people are joining together. It just helps with development of research, doesn't it?
The work that you're doing with ANSTO and the work that's happened in the Shire, I think, is a great example of how we scientifically all collaborate on many of these important problems. We're also doing some work on the gut microbiome, which is something that happens in St. George's as well, as you know.
Yeah.
And we're working very closely with ANSTO on developing novel treatments for cancer, for example.
And can we just have a little talk about the scholarships that we're doing with you? I was privileged enough to be down there listening to some of your students and what they'd been developing with the senior scientists. Can you give us a little bit of a rundown on that, what they're working on this time? Obviously, it would have been harder this year with COVID.
So what we've been doing is use the funding that has been raised through the different timing events, including the coastal walk that we had last year. Sadly, not this year, but looking forward to the one next year again. We've been using that support to fund junior researchers, students that are sitting in between their undergraduate education and their postgraduate education, to give them an opportunity to spend a year in a high-end research lab and for them to start completely new projects. Last year, we were able to fund, I believe it was 8 scholarships. These junior researchers were all working in the area of mental health and neurosciences. And as you just indicated, we've had this event last year where we luckily were able to be physically together, despite the lockdowns that happened before and after, where you saw that the research results that these young students, because of your financial support, were able to obtain were absolutely amazing. And I think a lot of these projects will be the building blocks for future medical developments.
Well, Wollongong Uni is such an amazing, just a talent of people that have come together, and to see young researchers, it just makes you, as you want to stay there and develop them into senior researchers. It's wonderful. I'd just like to congratulate you. I think the work you're doing is amazing. And Tynan Motors and the Michael Tynan Challenge loves to get behind you and make sure that we're trying to raise the money even in a COVID year. So we'll see you up at Tynan Motors Kurawee on the 7th of December.
You'll see us bright and early.
Bright and early, all right. 6 a.m. walk from Kurawee to Cronulla. So we look forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Madeline.